Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Charlotte. I'm a Danish book lover in Spain, and this is my little corner of BookTube. So, as I hinted in the previous video that I posted on my channel, this video is going to be about my April TBR, and I don't have a TBR jar. I don't really fancy making one, to be honest. I know that's a really popular way of picking the books that you're going to read for the month, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. At least not yet. So that is not how I'll be doing it. I do, however, have an idea that I want to do this month, which is kind of filming a reading vlog, but where I'm reading books within different genres. So I thought, okay, well, let's team up these videos so that this TBR picking will focus on different genres. And then I'm going to use a number generator or a number wheel or whatever you want to call it to kind of pick a book in each genre. So I have some books on my shelves that I have yet to read in all kinds of different genres, but I also have some on Kindle Unlimited that I really wanted to get to. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mix, and then whatever number within each category that the wheel picks will be the book that I'm going to read for that genre. So hopefully I'll stick to it. I'm usually quite good at sticking to my TBR for the month, but we'll see. Anyways, before we get into picking out the books, then let's go get ourselves a drink. I'd say probably the last 3 weeks, it's been nonstop raining here in Spain. It's literally been tormental rain. And as much as we need it, and as much as I love the rain, especially coming from a country like Denmark, I actually do miss the rain living here. As much as that's the case, I also am so thrilled that the sun is back. So as much as it's nice to be able to do outdoor things again without getting totally soaked, I've also really missed iced coffees. Okay, I don't drink these unless it's summer. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to make iced coffees again. Right, enough rambling about coffee. Let's get to what this video is actually about, which is picking my TBR for April. Right, so obviously we've got like overall categories like romance, thriller, fantasy, whatever, but I am gonna throw in some specific genres that's like under romance and under fantasy. So there's gonna be a few more books. I might not get around to reading all the books in April. It depends how busy I am with work and other things, but I am definitely going to try and attempt to get through all the books. So I think we're going to be picking 7 or 8 books, and let's just get started with the first one. So the categories are as following. We've got fantasy, which is probably going to be romantasy because they're the only type of fantasy books I've got on my TBR. So we've got romantasy, we've got YA as like in itself, we've got thrillers, we've got dark romance, we've got sports romance, we've got cowboy romance, and we've got historical fiction. And then I might throw in an 8th book of like any of the genres, but I haven't decided that yet. We'll see when we get to that time. So in no particular order, let's just get started. So the first genre we're going to do is romantasy, and to help me with this, I have got my laptop, which is going to work as the wheel of numbers or whatever, how you want to say it. I was going to use my phone, but I'm currently using my phone to film with because my camera is not working for some strange reason. So let's just use my computer. For the romantasy genre, I have 8 books to pick from. So obviously I've got more than that on my TBR, but this is like my immediate TBR that I want to get to. So I've got 8 numbers, and let's see what the wheel is going to pick for us. Okay, so it nearly landed on 3, but it did move over to 2. So book number 2, which is going to be the romantasy that we're going to read for April and for my reading vlog, is A Promise of Fire. I've got it behind me on my shelf, so it's not on the Kindle. It is a physical book. Let me just grab it. Promise of Fire. This book is by Amanda Bouchet. Bouchet? I have no idea how to say that. But this is the one, and apparently it's part of a series. So it's the Kingmaker Chronicles. And I don't know if any of you knows this series, but I did hear some really good reviews about this book, and then I've heard that apparently the second and the third book are like not as good. But I'm willing to give it a go. So this is the Romantasy that we're gonna read for April. I'm just quickly gonna read a little bit on the back because I have no idea what I'm going into. Kingmaker, soothsayer, warrior, mage, kingdoms would rise and fall for her if she is ever found. In the icy north, where magic is might, an all powerful elite, ruthlessly guided by a glacial queen, has grown to dominate the world. Now rebellion is stirring in the magic poor south, where for the first time in memory, a warlord has succeeded in uniting the tribal nations. Stuck in the middle is Cat, circus performer and soothsayer, safely hidden behind the harmless illusion of the circus until someone suspects she's more than she seems. Captured by the southern warlord, Griffin, Kat's careful camouflage is wearing thin. For how long can she conceal the true extent of her power? Faced with dragons, rival gods, and the traitorous longings of her own heart, she must decide. Is it time to claim her destiny and fight? Okay, so I mean, it sounds good. I don't know if this was what I expected, but I'm quite happy going into this blind. I have no idea what to expect, and that usually leads to quite good books. So, Romantasy pick of the month. So, moving on, we have the category YA, and this could be anything really, but mainly it's within like the fantasy type world as well. And let's see how many books I've got in that category to pick from. So, in the YA category, we've only got 5 books to pick from, which is obviously not a lot, but I tend to not really read a whole lot of YA. So, I've got 5 books to pick from, and let's see which one the wheel thinks we should pick. Okay, so book 1, which is also a physical book that I've got behind me. Let me just grab it. Okay, so book 1 that the wheel decided to pick is none other than Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This has been everywhere, and I think it's got quite good reviews as well. I think the second book did not get as good reviews as this one. I think it is Romantasy as well, but just more YA. So this is the book that I'll be reading within the YA category. And I mean, this has been on my shelf for ages, nearly a year, so I think it's about time that I get around to reading this. So I'm super excited for this actually. So YA book of the month. Okay, so the next category that we'll be moving on to is none other than thrillers. And this used to be my absolute go-to genre growing up, like reading. Like obviously when I was young, all I wanted to read about was horses and fantasy. But then getting a little bit older, I devoured thriller, crime after thriller, crime, like loved it. I think I get that from my parents because both my dad and my mom loves a good thriller. And they have quite a big home library as well each. So yeah, so there's quite a few books on this list, and actually I have quite a lot of thrillers that are on my shelves that I just never got around to reading because getting even older I started venturing into fantasy again and romance. So I've kind of put thrillers a bit away, and I really want to get back into it because they are just so interesting and, you know, packed with action and mystery. And yeah, so let's find out how many books we can pick from the thriller category. Okay, so I think I'm going to stick to 10 books with this one because I don't want it to be overwhelming either. So, 10 books to pick from. Let's find out which book the wheel is going to pick for us. Alrighty, book number 9. So book number 9 that the wheel has picked for us is this one. It's by Ellie Griffiths and it's called The Crossing Places. And I'm pretty sure I bought this book for my mum for Mother's Day a couple of years back. But then these are the type of books that I'll look at the airport when I go traveling. So I bought it for myself as well because she said it was quite good. Let me read the back for you if you don't know about this book. So, a child's bones are discovered near the site of a prehistoric henge on the North Norfolk coast, and the police ask local forensic archaeologist, is that how you say it? Dr. Ruth Galloway to date them. Are these the remains of a local girl who disappeared 10 years ago? DCI Harry Nelson refuses to give up the hunt for this missing child. Ever since she vanished, someone has been sending him bizarre anonymous notes about ritual sacrifice, quoting Shakespeare and the Bible. He knows Ruth's instincts and experience can help him finally put this case to rest. Then a second child goes missing, and Ruth finds herself in danger from a killer who knows she's getting ever closer to the truth. Okay, this sounds super interesting. interesting. I am really excited to get back into the genre. So this is the thriller of the month. Jesus Christ, all that yapping just makes me thirsty. Okay, so 3 books down. We've got 4 or 5 books left to choose. You okay, Loki? Are you okay? And the next category we're going to be picking is from the dark romance category. Ooh, this one I'm so excited for because this is probably definitely at the moment my favorite genre. I don't know what that says about me, but I just love a dark romance. And I have a few on my shelf that I have yet to read. And there's also quite a big list on Kindle Unlimited. So I might just have to stick to 10 numbers as well, just to like not overwhelm myself. So let's set the wheel up for 10 books. I'm gonna take the top 10 on my TBR and let's find out which dark romance book I am reading for April. Book number 6 on my TBR is also a physical book, so let's grab it from the shelf. Okay, so book 6 is Gothicana by Runix? I don't know how to say that. And I'm 99% sure that this is a dark romance. I don't know what else it would be. It's like an academia dark romance, I think. Or perhaps it's like dark fantasy, romantasy. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's academia. That's all I know about it, really. I have seen other books by this author being praised quite highly, so this is the first book I'm going to be reading by this author, and it's been on my shelf for a while now, so I'm quite excited to get into this. Let me read what it's about. Corvina Clem is a woman with secrets. The last thing she expects to receive is an admission letter from the University of Verranmore, a place just as secretive. A castle atop a mountain, Verranmore is steeped in shadows, deceit, and death, a place where students have been disappearing every 5 years for over a century. As Corvina becomes caught up in unraveling the clues to solve the mystery, her path collides with Vad Deverell, her enigmatic professor. Vad, too, is a man with secrets, and he cannot allow Corvina to get close enough to discover what he hides. But whenever she is near, his heart and soul yearn to possess her. As Corvina and Vad become more and more entangled, their passion for each other could be the very thing to solve the mystery of Verranmore, or it could bring them both down in flames. I mean, that sounds quite interesting, let's be honest. So yeah, this is the dark romance book of the month. Moving on from like the darker books over to fluffy romances. I think we're going to start by picking a sports romance, which is the next category. And here again, there is quite a few to pick from. I've got some on my physical shelves, but I've also got quite a few on Kindle Unlimited. And I also have some on the way here that I've ordered. And I don't know if they're going to arrive in time. Well, they probably will, because they will arrive in April. So yeah, so that's probably going to be around the same number as well. So let's get it ready. We've actually only got 6 books to pick from here because I forgot that it's a lot of series that I've ordered. So naturally, I'm only going to pick like the first one in each series. So we've only got 6 books to choose from here. And let's just see what the wheel decides for us to read. Alrighty, so that was again a number 6, and this time it is not a physical book. It is on Kindle Unlimited because I do not have the series. I haven't ordered it either because I want to make sure that I'm going to commit to the series, okay? It's the Windy City series by Liz Tomford, is that her name? So Mile High is the book that I'm going to be reading for the sports romance pick of April. Now, I have heard that a lot of people dislikes the first book of the series. So I feel like no matter how I'm going to be feeling about this book, I probably will give the second book a chance just to see if that's going to make up for it. Look at me, I've already decided I don't like it, which is just stupid. I am going to give this a fair chance, okay? I do love a sports romance, so I feel like I might love it. But yeah, that is going to be our sports romance pick for April. The next category that we're going to venture over to is Cowboy Romances. And I think I have 4 series that I have been wanting to start with. No, 6. I just remembered 2. And I've only got 1 series as like a physical book. But either way, the number of books that we have to choose from here is 6. 6 again. So let's find out what number the wheel thinks that we should be picking. Okay, so the book that the wheel has decided for us to read for the Cowboy Romance pick of the month is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. And it is the first book of the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I do have the second book on my shelf, but I do not have the first one. So that will be read on Kindle Unlimited as well. And I've been wanting to get started on this series for ages. So I am really excited to finally be getting into it. So Done and Dusted is the Cowboy Romance book pick of the month. So the next category that we'll be picking a book from, which is also the final category that we've got, is historical fiction. And here we've got 5 books to pick from, so let's just see what the wheel decides. It's chosen book number 3, which is actually a reread for me. I have read this book before twice, I think, but it's so long ago that I actually don't remember 100% what's gonna happen. I do remember some of it, but anyways, this is the book. It's called The French Photographer. My edition is in Danish, but I know it's called The French Photographer in English as well, and it is by Natasha Lester, who is an Australian author, and she has quite of a unique way to tell her stories. They usually happen like in 3 different time zones. So yeah, this one does as well. Or this one is in 2 different time zones. So part of the story is happening in 1942, and the other part of the story is happening in 2004. And this book is so good. It's sad, it's happy, it's love, it's war, you know. So even though I do remember bits of this story, I am super excited to be rereading this because it is one of my all-time favorite books. I love when you take things from like the Second World War, because I'm super interested in history as well. You take things from the Second World War, you mix a little bit of romance in it, and then you just have an incredible book. So I'm really, really excited to be rereading this in April. Okay, so that is all the categories that we have. And I think I am going to pick one more book. There's no guaranteeing that I'll be reading all these in April, but I'm definitely going to do my best because I do really want to read all these books. I'm probably not going to be reading them in the order that I've been picking them, but that kind of depends what mood I'm in, I suppose. I am going to pick one more book, and it's going to be basically taking all the books on my Goodreads want to read list, finding out how many is on there, and then just letting the number wheel pick what book I will be reading. Because even if I don't have the physical book, I might have it on Kindle Unlimited, or I can buy it on Kindle Unlimited or a physical book if I was planning on reading it anyways. So let me just find out exactly how many books is on my want to read from Goodreads, and then we'll add it into the number wheel and find out what book we'll be reading along with the others. Okay, so we have 180 books on my want to read list on Goodreads. So that is quite a lot of numbers that I have had to add to this wheel. But let's just get it spinning and find out what book we'll be reading. Lucky number 48. Oh, I'm excited to see what book this is. Give me just a moment to find out what book number 48 is. Okay, so what are the chances? Number 48 is Divine Rivals, which has already been picked in the Romantasy, no, in the YA category. So can't pick that one. So let's just spin the wheel again. Number 107. Let's see what number 107 is. What book number 107 is? Okay, so number 107 is the second book of a series. It is Storm of Secrets and Sorrow. And I have no idea what the first book of that series is, but I don't want to read that either because that I have not put on my TBR, which is a bit odd, I know. So we're going to pick another number from the wheel. So number 148. Let's see what that book is. Okay. So number 148 is Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope, which is the first book of the Silver Pines Ranch series. So another cowboy romance, which I'm not mad about. Okay, I love a cowboy romance. This is one of the reads that was on the list of possible books in the cowboy romance category. So that is officially added to April's TBR. Okay, so there we have the TBR for April. So we've got 5 physical books to read, and we've got 3 books to read on Kindle Kindle Unlimited. Next time you'll see me with these books is going to be in my reading blog, where I'm going to be going through every single book that I've just picked out in this video, and I'll let you know what I think of them whilst reading them. And yeah, so hopefully you'll want to watch that video as well. So that was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have you decided what you're going to be reading for April? Then let me know in the comments. So I've got some options for May. And if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them and if I should be excited or not. If you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified when I upload another video. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads as well. Until next time, happy reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye!